Wow. Can you guys hear me okay? Hi, a long time pretty much no stream. Sorry guys, let me play my music. I have been so busy. Back to back commissions and holiday stuff, and you know, I'm already exhausted. I started the stream and then I realized I was like, oh god, I didn't oh, I put the dryer on the wrong setting. I put it a bit again to dry instead of a time dry, so it basically would be like, aha, I am done. I know it would be a lie, but you know. So yes, that's why I'm out of breath. Also very, very tired. Very much in pain. Oh, yeah. More volume? Oh, it might be also because I'm not quite up to it. Is that better? Or should I up it more? The settings are for. No, that looks like... Okay. Sorry. I'll up it more then. Let me know if it gets too loud though, okay? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes... Oh my god. I ran upstairs, so... Oh. Guys, I'm really old. I'm not really that old. I just feel that old. I'm definitely very tired though. Oh. I got like 54 minutes of sleep last night, so I'm a little, you know. I don't even think the word under the phrase under the weather works there either. Get out of it. That I'm in a lot. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh right. I had that set for I was doing something else earlier. I guess I should say earlier as in before work. I pretty much came home from work and went straight to doing chores. After stopping by to pick up a UPS package. Oh my god, my camera might not be seeing me. So I have my new Kanata over here, my new camera stand. You're seeing me adjust her in real life. She's named Kanata because she is a gorilla pod. That was... If you don't know who Kanata is, that probably doesn't make sense, but that's okay. It's funny to me. Yeah, my stream started a little late, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna try to go back to doing these regularly. I just really got burnt out there on everything, and it was just hard to find time to do stuff that wasn't working. A lot of times with some of these commissions, I have a couple that I have to keep, I don't want to say under wraps, but yeah, I have a couple that really aren't ready to be officially announced to the world. So when they are, I'll announce it. I don't know if you guys saw Antarctic Press, which is a I guess indie publisher of comics, publisher of indie comics. Is that one of those phrases? So you know, it's not Marvel or DC or even like Image. So it's a smaller press, but yeah, one of their characters, Tomorrow Girl, which I have. Oh my god, sorry, my posture looks so bad right now. I swear it's not that bad. Oh my god. Yeah, so anyways, they're doing a Kickstarter for a new, basically they're kind of bringing her back. She was originally in, was it Ninja High School? And then I guess lately they've just, it's like out of nowhere, they've started doing stuff with her again. She's a really cute character though, so. But yeah, so they're doing a Kickstarter for like the newest, like a new, I guess like special or whatever. And I have a 5-page comic in it, so that's pretty cool. I think I also have some random art in it too. I believe they put if you guys are on my Patreon, you've seen both versions, but the one I did of Tomorrow Girl with her cape, there's a version with the cape covering her butt, and there's one without. Yeah, I sent it to them because I was like, I don't know what rating you wanted for this, and I kind of just was like, I want to draw a booty, and then I was like, oh crap, maybe this isn't what they wanted. So I covered it with the cape, and that's what I uploaded was the cape version for like the public. But even on Patreon, you guys got to see the version where her booty's showing. And yeah, I sent both of them to him, and you know, I told him, I was like, yeah, I have no idea which one is more appropriate. So please do as you will. And they're like, oh man, I like them both. Maybe we'll use both. Oh, like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm pretty excited though. There's some really cool artists in there too. I don't, Will Mugnant. I'm not probably spelling the name right or pronouncing it right. In my head, I'm spelling it right, but that doesn't do you guys any good. I've seen some of his stuff before, so that's cool. And then Ben Dunn, of course, is the one who actually created her. So he's the one like overseeing the book, and he's got, of course, he would have a story in there. And then Shigao is a Japanese artist. So his story was originally written in Japanese. When he shared the teaser of it or whatever on the Kickstarter, it's pretty fun because I was like, oh wait, this is in Japanese. But I started following him on Twitter a while back because of some of the art he had done for Dark Press, and super cute. I really like his style. So I believe I tagged them all, the ones that I could find in the one of the posts I shared, and I'm trying to think the last one was cardio. I'm sorry guys, I'm not really good at these. I'm still learning like a lot of what do you call them, like artist names from comics, I guess. I almost said comicers, that's not quite right. I know obviously some of the big ones. Colette Turner is my like one of my all-time favorites. I keep buying covers of hers. Like my copy of Purgatory Must Die came in this week. It's the starting. It's a new series starting, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. The only reason I got this was for the Colette cover. I swear I don't have problems. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if you guys saw too. I've been getting some art done by artists as funding allows. Unfortunately, I'm kind of in that month where I won't have any this month. Just trying to get some commissions done by artists I know and that I really like, and not anything too expensive because I'm not that, unfortunately. And just have them do like an art of one of their favorite Zeus characters. Obviously, I don't expect them to know it, but I'm basing it more on, okay, what kind of stuff do you like to draw? And I had this really beautiful line art done by Elsie Freitas of Lillian in her demonic form. So I will be at some point trying to color that myself. It actually kind of got me annoyed too, because some other people were like, oh, I want to try to color it too. And I was like, no, on the thing. Yeah, January always sucks. I mean, I don't just do online stuff though, obviously, but yeah, it's kind of oof. Oh, I'm already looking at taxes like, yaba! Although I was reading, let me go back to the tax thing once I finish this thing I was gonna say. So, yeah, but basically, these other people are like, oh, we want to try coloring it too. And I mean, when I believe Elsie Freitas is a he, but sorry, I'm just going to assume the gender for a second because I can use them. Yeah, I'll just use them. That's a nice safe pronoun. But yeah, they posted it on their thing, and like somebody else, and I was like, oh, do you want me, and I'm like, oh, great, I'm glad you like my character. Do you want me to send you the, like some color references or whatever? And I don't know, I just kind of felt like their attitude was like, no, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, which is okay, but I just felt like they didn't need to give me a lip about it. They could be like, oh no, I'm just gonna kind of, let's see how I want to see how I imagine it compared. There's ways to do it though. It's just like their attitude. Ugh, I was just kind of like, grrr, this is my character, dudes. I'm totally for having other people do stuff like, when, like in that case, it's just a line art, but I just kind of also like, grrr, do it right. I'm an artist. I want my babies all done right. It's like I'm cooking them now. But yeah, so the taxing. I was reading. Have you guys? I guess it was a while back when they passed the tax thing where if you have like, what is it? It used to be 20,000 online sales, and now it's like now it's only like, gosh, it's only like 6,000. No, 6,000, not 6. I wish it was only 6,000. 600. Sorry, I'm moving myself up. So yeah, I was reading about that though, and actually, though they were initially going to put it into effect this year, I guess the IRS decided not to. I don't know all the things. I'm going to read up more about it because I'll be doing my taxes, relatively soon myself. So I want to make sure I get them right. I hate taxes. I hate having to pay money. Guys, I don't make enough money. I mean, I do agree, though, that I would definitely pay more in taxes if we had universal health care. I know the U.S. has problems why but the thing is, they wanted to reduce. Yeah, it's like, what the hell, dude? Well, like, the fact that they went from 20,000 to 600, I'm like, that's quite a bit of a jump. Because, yeah, like, as a freelancer, dude, I never make 20,000 online in sales. 600? Yeah, that I do. I mean, but I'm talking, you know, not even necessarily, not even usually within a month. Yeah, even the 6,000 goal would be pretty unrealistic for a lot of us. I mean, now when I get closer to, sometimes I probably have done it, but also it just depends on, like this year I had a bunch of stuff, I guess, quote unquote, extra income, because I was selling a bunch of stuff on Mercari because I needed to clear some space and get some money. Still working on that. I still got a lot to get rid of. Oh, I want to buy some shelves and I got to buy this. And now I'm looking at buying a Bogu. Do you guys know what a Bogu is? I'm assuming not. I just was curious. Basically it's but like specifically the Bogu, it's a brand that like it's like a Kendo Bogu stand. Bogu's like a really big brand, and the stand for it is to like put your armor on. So yeah, that's I was looking into it because Wong has some Kendo armor here that's just sitting in the closet, and I know he would like to put it up, and I'm like, we actually have the space to do it. So I think I'd probably just throw it in the guest room for now because I'm weird. I don't want the cats running and stuff either. Not actually that bad price though. Like I can get it for under 100, so that's actually surprising. But yeah, so I was looking at that, but no, I really need to buy 4 more Billies. Yeah, I mean basically it's Kendo. Specifically, it's a company like the Bogu does. Like they have their name on a bunch of various martial arts stuff, including Kendo and then other like Jiu-Jitsu and I saw Kung Fu was listed, and that always makes me go, well, it depends on how they're interpreting it. If they're interpreting it correctly, it doesn't bother me. I don't know. I was just looking at it. I don't actually know. Like with Kendo, I never did it. Wong did, but not me. So we never had a place around me that could do it when I was young. But yeah, so it's basically, it's kind of like they have like what are they, the medieval stance, or the stance for medieval armor. It's kind of like that, but it's specifically curtailed more towards Kendo armor. Because yeah, I was looking at other stuff too, and they just the other stuff they had just that wasn't specifically for it. I'm not sure if it would actually work with it. But yeah, so on top of that, I need to get 4 more Billies with glass doors. They changed the name of the door, so I don't know what it is now. But I'm like, oh my gosh, so much to do. And I still want to get patio for. Nice. I want to get patio furniture, and definitely want to put some savings in so I can make sure I have money. I had a scare with Erufuda this weekend. I thought something was wrong with him. He wasn't eating. He threw up a lot, but he was like throwing up nothing because nothing was in his tummy, so it was all just like white foam. But I actually ended up taking a famotidine? Like Pepsid or something? I don't know. We have the generic here. We with Wong's help, we cut it into a quarter because cats are not supposed to have anywhere near a human dose. Based on what we had, they were supposed to have like about a quarter of the dose we take. So yeah, we cut it into a quarter, and yeah, I forced the cat a pill. It's been a long time since I've had to force a cat to eat a pill. Yeah. But yeah, no, and sure enough, it did calm his tummy. So I was right in that he just had an upset tummy, but I was like ready to take him to the vet. I'm like, I don't know how I'll afford it, but yeah, because that's the problem too, is with January and Christmas holidays and stuff. A lot of times paychecks get delayed too. Mine isn't too badly put off. It's just more one of those, yeah, all my bills hit at the beginning of the month too, so. But I got so caught up in stuff I couldn't get other things done, so. Yeah, so he's doing fine. He was already running around screaming, singing the song of his people, like yesterday to an extent, and now today he's like totally back to normal. I'm still gonna keep an eye on him though. As it is, at some point I want to take him in for blood work. He's getting older, so it's not like he necessarily like has to have it, but I'd rather just be able to catch stuff and know what I'm dealing with ahead of time. As somebody who is, you know, notorious for having all this sorts of testing done, it's kind of a guess like a habit. I do hope everyone had a good Christmas and like a safe, good New Year's. I don't know if you didn't celebrate Christmas. What is there? There's also, uh, I almost said Halloween. Oh my God, Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and stuff. There's a lot of holidays that I don't know about too. So obviously, you're always welcome to tell me about a holiday I don't know about. I'm not very religious, so like, I don't really. I celebrate Christmas, but not for the religious reasons. I mean, as it is, scientifically, he would have been born in like April, not December. But anyways. And yes, I totally understand that most of the rituals come from pagan holidays anyways. Or what we label as pagan. Oh, that's good you got sleep. I don't know. I've been having trouble sleeping again. I mean, I guess that's not anything new, but I had some pretty bad days recently. Yeah, last night was definitely one of them. We did stay up until midnight, and I had a couple friends over. Eros or whatever. Aero Zord, Zord. I played some games with him before. He came over and spent the weekend with us. Yeah, if you're up at 3, that makes sense too. Yeah, that's just it. I was like, even when I've tried to train my body, I always get up at the same time, which is a problem because it doesn't matter even if I don't have any sleep, my body's like, oh, it's wake up time. I'm like, no, my God, it's not. But the internal clock thing, yeah, it's important. What is it called? Cadence rhythm or something? I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, I'm fully aware that a lot of my things like that are a little distorted. That's why I'm getting medical help. I definitely have felt very tired all day. No surprise. At one point, it got really slow at the comic shop and I almost drifted off because I was alone. The boss had stepped out to go run the bill down a couple buildings. What do you call it? Oh my God, the rent. That's what it's called. Hi, I just had a dumb moment. Like, what is that called? Rent. Yeah, so I pretty. That's why I'm yawning so much, guys. I am really tired, but I'm not really ready to go to bed. And I'm also one of those who likes, even when I don't sleep, I like to try to keep my sleep schedule somewhat normal. I remember driving back when I was younger, I could handle it. I would drive me and my mother would drive all night to cons, to conventions, namely anime ones. And yeah, the amount of time that we would just basically have had no sleep. And in some cases I'd have to come, I know I'd have to be working the next day or whatever. So yeah, a lot of times I would just be like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna take a nap. Even though I was exhausted, I'd only let myself sleep till a certain time. Otherwise your rhythm gets too messed up. I didn't do that a lot, but even back then I had trouble sleeping. I used to not be able to sleep in moving vehicles at all. I still have trouble with them, but apparently unless I'm driving. That's how I found out I had narcolepsy though. Suddenly I was getting really drowsy while driving. I was like, this is not normal. What is going on? I can't even say I feel like I'd be better for a night shift because I just don't sleep. So I'd be just as tired no matter what part of the day it was. That's okay. It happens. Oh. And Toifu, of course, came up for New Year's. Oh my gosh. My passengers don't like it. Wow. Long's kind of like that though. He can pretty much fall asleep anywhere. I'm so jealous. It does make me think, on one of the, so occasionally we would have people that were able to, you know, switch off on driving. Oftentimes it was just me and my mother switching off when I got older. Prior to that, it was, you know, nobody in her. So she was very grateful when we learned how to drive and stuff. And because I didn't sleep in you know, in the vehicles, I usually handle a lot of the nighttime driving. But anyways, so the one thing I particularly remember is we were driving back from Texas, Dallas to be precise, and I was kind of getting punchy by that point because we hadn't slept. Everyone else in the car at the time was asleep though, and a mosquito got in the car, and I was just like, I must murder this mosquito. And you know, you're a little crazy already because of the lack of sleep. Yeah, so I finally did. I smashed it against the window, the driver's side window, but it also meant that I swerved onto the rumble strip. Oh, I don't know what those are actually called. Are they called rumble strips? I don't know if what we always called them, but I don't know if that's the right term. Let me try to describe it. So when they do construction, or even when they don't, there are these like patches like along, because I was gonna say a lot of times it's on like really long. Okay, they are called rumble strips. So for those of you who don't know what that is, though, but yeah, so during construction on highways, or either on, well, I was gonna say construction. It has nothing to do with construction. Let me start over. Sorry. So yeah, basically along the edge of the road, there will be like, here, let me draw it. So you have the road is like, here's center line, blah blah. Here's the road. Well, off on the curb, they'll have like this strip that's just like blip, 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 blip. So if you actually saw it, it's like this, like really little. So when you go over it, instead of, you know, going, you go and it makes like a rumbly noise. That's the reason it exists, though, is literally specifically to make sure that you're not like, you know, scooching off the road, especially for like a lot of the US relies on truck drivers, and once upon a time they got paid by, I think, the hour, whatever it was. I can't remember if they were paid by the hours or the mileage, and now it's different. I don't remember. But yeah, they switched it, so it's a lot harder on them. Plus diesel is really expensive now, which means you're getting a lot of truckers who are driving when they probably shouldn't actually be driving. They should be napping. But yeah, because of that, stuff like that exists. And it's not just truckers, it's just for anybody on, like, you're on a lonely patch of highway. If something happens and you were to nod off, or, you know, things like that, it's meant to basically get you aware again. It doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't necessarily mean you should be, like, you're dozing off. It just means at the time you're not aware, you're kind of zoning out, and it's kind of like snap back to reality. So yeah, everyone in the car got an abrupt wake up for me, though, because I went on to that trying to kill a fly. And of course, like, everyone's like, oh my god, should you be driving? Are you awake enough to drive? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, the mosquito. Not a fly, it was a mosquito. I don't like mosquitoes. They bite you. Only I can bite people, not the other way around. Yeah, they're pretty commonplace in America. I can't say about other places. But I should also note that they're more commonplace on, like, rural, like, I don't necessarily want to say rural areas, but like, yeah, like where there's a lot more open road. You don't really see them as much on like really busy highways. But yeah, a lot of times during when there's construction, they'll move you on the road. So like, okay, so let's do a diagram here. Sorry guys, it's easier for me to explain right now because my words are a little slurred because of the tiredness. So you would normally drive in, wait, what side of the road do we drive on? This side. So normally you would be like driving right here, right? Well, when there's construction, say this, oh no, it's under construction. What they do is they move, that lane would be moving into our, like that lane, and then this lane would move onto the curb, which means it's going right across the rumble strip. Out for a while and go that until the construction ended, and then back to normal. So yeah, there's a lot of weird things like that. But then look, you get to go over this. Yeah, so sometimes you're on it the whole time. Sometimes you just drive over it and then drive over it again. But pain in the butt regardless. But yeah, so the rumble strips. Yep. I don't even know how I got on that topic. I'm sorry, guys. Obligatory cursing. Me and my mother started going rumble, which actually had to do with a what are they? Onomatopoeia? Yeah, like an onomatopoeia. So I don't know how many of you guys have ever read the Inuyasha scanlations or whatever. Yeah, that's where it came from, because I would translate the sound effects for my mother. Sound effects are pretty easy. If you guys have noticed, in those kiosks, I actually use them in Japanese because I don't like... It's weird, because so in Japan, there's like a sound for everything, including things that don't have sounds. Like, I'm sure you guys are all like, Nico Nico ni. You guys all know that, right? No actual sound for smile. I mean, when you smile, you don't actually make a sound, but that's just it. They have a sound effect for things like that don't even make sound, so it's an interesting thing. But yeah, so in that case, there was a sound effect for like rumble would show up a lot in Inuyasha, especially in the chapters near the end. And in Japanese, it's just like go, 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 which makes sense. You can think about it, especially like on a rumble strip, you're like boom, 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 boom. So it's very appropriate. But yeah, so we would just go rumble on the rumble strips. That was not important in any way, shape, or form, but that's the story. But yeah, it's just kind of weird because even when so I teach a manga class for a local art gallery. I'm actually this session I didn't have it, but I'm supposedly scheduled for it next session. We'll see. But yes, anyways, so when we do the stuff about sound effects, it's always, you know, a really interesting one because the US doesn't have a lot of these sound effects, but it's because I'm specifically teaching manga, I always go over the styles of the different sound effects. Obviously I tell them don't worry about putting them in Japanese. But I also tell them that, you know, you don't have to use a lot of these, and a lot of them you probably won't want to because they kind of seem weird in English. Because yeah, like I said, smile is like one of the best examples to use because yeah, when you smile, you don't really make a sound. Maybe if you got really close, you'd be able to pick up like some noise from the muscles or whatever. But yeah, you're not talking like a clapping or whatever, where something that has a really solid sound to it. But yeah, so anyways, a lot of the, like, I guess, like, a lot of the way they would say verbs, too, in Japanese, you'll use, like, the sound effect or the onomatopoeia with it. So, for smile, the onomatopoeia is Nico. Nico. So, you go, Nico, Nico, ni. Like, Love Live. Yeah, that's where that comes from. Not just because her name is Niku. Oh my god, I haven't seen you since last year, Twaifu. No, that's a lie. I saw you this year already because you stayed over. But yeah, so like, yeah, you could go like Nico Nico Suru. Generally, so that's another big thing is, I mean, obviously the first thing is, why do sound effects exist? They exist for one purpose and one purpose only. They exist to emphasize action! Action! So, yeah, so it's like once you think about that, it makes a lot more sense, I guess, because there's a lot of subtle actions that won't have sounds to it, but you need to indicate that there is motion being done instead of just having a frame with like grumpy Batman or something. And in the term of smile with Nico Nico, you tend to see that one specifically when you have a character who doesn't smile, that's smiling, or like, you know, even if it's maybe it is a character who smiles, but like the typical Doki Doki moment where like they smile and like thank you, and then the person's like Doki Doki, the heart is bouncing out of their chest. Literature club style, not really. But yeah, so that's, you know, but that's a big thing. It's not like, obviously US uses sound effects too for comics especially, but I feel like you have a lot less options, where in Japanese you get like a sound effect seriously for everything. Like even Blink has a sound effect. Now that one you do actually see in US, even though we don't really make an audible noise for blinking, but it's because of the same effect. Yeah, so that one is actually one that translates well. My favorite part of that lecture, though, is when we first get to sound effects, the first one is don or doka, which is like boom, thud, really loud. And I always throw a chair on the floor. That's halfway through the lecture at that point, too, because we start with dialogue bubbles and then go to sound effects for that lecture day. So usually by that point, they need a wake-up call anyways. I try to make it fun for them, but, you know, there's only so much you can do and actually teach. But yeah, I just like throwing the chair and like, oh, this sound effect. Oh, so this sound effect is, and then I knock the chair on the floor. A big, loud, sudden sound. Yeah. I may not be the most normal teacher for students. Why I teach art classes and not something like math. It was a little sad when I did the online class, although I kind of also want to go back to doing online classes because I just want to be lazy, eh? Not have to drive places. Yeah, because obviously part of the big thing with all the stuff that I do is like a lot of it I have to drive somewhere. Like even the comic shop is about a half an hour away. The teaching is about the same. So, oh my god, I still have screen tone set. Sorry, I was totally not working on something screen tone related. Definitely has nothing to do with the next chapter of As Written. Nope. Obviously, I think you guys can read into the sarcasm there. If not, yeah, guys, I know I'm behind again. Oh, I'm always behind. The holidays and like, yeah, they killed me. I got a Jeep commission to do too. Whew. I guess I'll cut that out this weekend though. At least with that one, I don't have to, like, yeah, I don't know. It's a preset pattern. I say it's a preset pattern, but it's called, I made the pattern years ago and I just keep using the same one. I have changed some of the materials and some of the ways I do it, but overall. Oh, well, yeah, because milk tea is not a normal Gyunyu Ocha. I have to say, that one was not one I had problems with because, yeah, I guess because I know milk tea is milk tea. It is, you know, an imported thing. It's not something Japan has by default. It's British. But I did have a faux pas my first year when I was there for us. Like, I went there as a student for two different summers in like 2004 and 2005, and I did the first year in 2004. I did have this kind of strange situation. So in the U.S., when your legs start going numb or like a body part starts going numb, you know, you say, oh, my feet are falling asleep or my legs are falling asleep, you know, whatever. But literally you're saying, you know, it's not like sleeping. It's like, it's numb sleeping. It's a little different. So colloquialism or whatever there. But yeah, so we did a tea ceremony and, you know, you have to sit on seiza for a while, which I can, well, I don't know if I could still manage it with my knee, but I used to be okay at managing. It wasn't that bad. Seiza was actually pretty comfortable, but yeah, sitting out on a long time does make your legs like fall asleep. So when I got up from it, I kind of stumbled, and one of the teachers was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And we're talking in Japanese, and I accidentally responded with, like daijoubu desu, dake, or daijoubu desu, ashi ga nemui dake, and like dake desu or whatever, and it's like they had the one teacher especially had like a laughing fit over it because. Yeah, in Japan, you would literally use the word numb. Shibui. You wouldn't use nemui. It's like sleepy people. So yeah, I literally told them my legs were taking a nap. Other than that, I'd say more than not understanding things, I think it was more just like there was some really. What is this? Bottom of her eye? I don't think so. I think her bottom. But I think more so it's just some of the ways they refer to stuff. So like I think everyone probably knows it, but the Japanese word for water is mizu. It's a pretty common one. And so you would go to some of these, like, they have what they call like a drink bar, which is basically like, what is it? A fountain, a soda fountain. Like, you go and, you pick your own drink and, push it in a cup. And it's included with the meal and stuff. And like some of the places, instead of just calling it like mizu or water, would be like, herushi na mizu. So they'd use the English word healthy as an adjective, and it was just like literally not the Japanese word for healthy, the English word. So herushi na mizu. You're like, okay, and then like I guess I was just like, but it's water. I mean, of course they're not wrong, but it's not like it's special water, it's just water. I don't like the taste and smell of water, by the way, guys. I know that sounds like a really weird thing, but it's actually not as uncommon as you think. I had Googled it before. Because I think it came up with one of my doctors, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, I drink water, but I have to put like the flavors in it. Like, I don't use Mio normally because of the price. I use like a generic like Target brand or Myers brand. If you guys, well, Target, you guys probably all, if you're in the US, you probably know. Myers is a Midwest local thing, so it is a chain, but it's from the Midwest. Yeah, to me it has a smell though. It's a very subtle smell, but it's enough that I don't like it. Yeah, like I said, it's one of those that not a lot of people would agree. Most people look at me like I'm crazy, but it is apparently actually a thing, so I'm not as crazy. So I look. Yeah, so there is actually a taste and smell for some people, and I'm one of them. And I don't even know how to describe it. I guess it kind of tastes like metal, like a really light, like LaCroix metal. I know that's a weird way to describe it, but that's probably the best way I can say it. If you guys aren't familiar with LaCroix, it's really disgusting water that's like a hint of some kind of flavor. And that's how I feel like it. In my case, it doesn't matter, even if there's a filter on it. They all have a taste and smell to me. Just some are worse than others. Like, I know, because I had brought that up when I was in Japan the first year, and of course they're like, that can't be. Well, we went to Kamogawa for the first week or whatever, so while we were out there, we stopped at stopped on the side of the road, and they literally had like this pure spring for drinking, like just off of the side of the road. And I will say, it was the best water I had, but it still tasted and smelled like water. It just was a lot more bearable than most of them. That's okay, though. I mean, it's not like I don't drink it. I just have to, do a little extra. And yes, when I am dehydrated, I will drink it regardless. I know when I need it. I'm not going to be like, ooh. It just, for the longest time, I couldn't really figure out. I was like, am I weird or something? But no, when I had mentioned this to a doctor, they're like, that's actually not as uncommon as you think. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't say it's, a standard, but it is something that has come up before. And yeah, some of it does have to do with the different minerals and stuff in it. But yeah, there's people, like, I can tell it in like filtered in bottled water and everything too. So it's not just, even distilled water. It's not just, tap water. The tap water in our area actually is pretty so that's a weird way to say it. Pretty safe? Pretty pretty I guess it apparently is pretty tasty. I guess that's a nice way. Yeah, apparently it has a better taste than a lot of the ones in the area. So I don't know. I just still don't really like it. I still just put a flavor in it. I got some Kool-Aid flavors right now too. Wow! I see quotables here. Who else would do that? Water. I mean, I hydrated, but I'm actually got a soda here. I'm gonna drink water after this though. I've been drinking this can for a while. I do that. I'll take a can and like make it last like several hours. But I was also running around the house doing stuff, so. Oh my gosh. Thank you. 19 months. Wait, 26 months. I can read. Wait, 26. That's over 2 years, right? Damn, I've been that long, huh? I know I didn't get affiliate right away either, though, so wow. I can't catch up. Oh my god, when I got on, I was like, where's Sprout? And I spent all this time looking for it only to realize it's already here. I mean, overall, work at the comic store wasn't too bad. I was just tired and in pain. But I mean, we literally, DC this week had 5 things come out. 5 only. I did start the Marvel stuff in Indie for tomorrow, which had more, but still, like, what the heck? 5 things? It's so out today. So everyone's like, oh, did it get picked over? And I'm just like, no, but that's literally all we got. Wong is gonna play a silly game tonight too. Oh, he's not. Well, I won't be on too much longer anyways. This is my hour, and then I have some work I need to get done. One of the nice things about, at least now that I'm kind of out of the big projects that have to be done, is I get to go back to playing Surgeon! I really have been needing that. Don't vacuum the house until I get the tree down. Sorry, that was a conversation to Wong, not you guys. I've been starting to pull down the Christmas tree slowly. It's a big tree, dude. No, I've been taking a lot of the other stuff down too, because we had other stuff up. Like all the stockings are down, the wreaths are down. I still have the decorations outside. I didn't have free time this week, dude. Yeah, yeah, it's one of those, I think a lot of people don't understand that having online business and doing stuff, you don't have free time. Okay, going into lurk mode portable. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, I figured I was gonna try to pull more of it on this weekend, and we just got so much to do for Akiva Soul, so. But yeah, that's why I was like, I got a bunch of the smaller stuff that was easier. Like I put the table back to its so it's really weird, but I only have 2 different runners for the table. I have a fall like leaf one, and then I have now the winter one for the holidays. So that's what I switch between. During the holidays, it gets the Christmassy one. Otherwise, it has the fall one, the fall leaves year round. I don't care. Yeah, I was gonna say it's just part of it is like after working, no matter what, you just want to come home and relax. You're tired, and so it feels like the work culture in the U.S. is awful because yeah, you go to work, you come home, and you don't really have the energy or stuff to do chores. So then you finally have a day off on a weekend, and what are you doing? Chores instead of relaxing. So most people don't really have a full weekend off. They get maybe part of Sunday to relax, but even then, it's like it just kind of becomes chaotic and it's super stressful. Yeah. Well, this is why with studies they've proven that actually a 4-day work week is more productive than a 5-day work week. Plus, it's actually more productive to do start at 10, I think, and end at 5. So it's actually less of a work week too. Yeah, because it's like only a 6-hour work shift. But yeah, they did studies in Europe, especially I think Sweden might have been one of them. And yeah, they found that no, productivity actually went up despite having less hours in. Because, when people are happy, they're more likely to be productive. Shock. Yeah, when they're not stressing over stuff, and especially with the American system too, is how many times are like, does a boss get upset when you're like, oh well, why didn't you answer your phone over the weekend? Like, well, I was not on call or whatever. Yeah, this is why the whole argument with the thing with remote working was always driving me crazy, is because it was proven even in the US that productivity went up, and you still had these people who were like, no, obviously they could even be more productive in the office. It's like, clearly they weren't. But things like getting to the office and what would you call that? Transit time, yeah. That's really stressful. So, by working from home, though, you don't have that, which means if you need to stay late or something, like 15 minutes late, it's not usually a big thing because you're not having to rush to catch a train or whatever. Plus, for the most part, if you want to work in your pajamas, it's not really an issue. I thought it was so weird when some of the schools were trying to get kids not to wear their pajamas for online remote work classes, and it's like, but it's not hurting anything. So I am the kind of person who does not like to lounge around in my pajamas unless I'm basically done for the day. I don't feel I can be productive when I'm in my pajamas. But with that said, that does not mean I don't have lazy clothes for when I'm not focused on something else. I have lounge pants and stuff. They're what I was using when I was in physical therapy. I kept taking that pair of lounge pants as I got a Pikachu on it. Oh my god. I just drew a line. Yeah. I know, I'm just taking all this time on this iris. I gotta actually make sure her eyes look like they're lined up too. This sketch was really rough, as you guys saw in the background, so I'm working off of it, but I didn't Oh, wow, that actually is a lot more lined up than I thought it would be. Oh, okay. I'll still probably move this. That's fair. I actually have workout gear that I would normally wear to PT, but in winter, no. I don't own a lot of lounge pants right now, though, so. I also wear, right now, instead of wearing jeans, I tend to wear, what are they? These comfy, they're I guess fleece-lined joggers or whatever from Costco. They're really comfy, though. And they have pockets. They aren't any worse than women's pockets on jeans, so. Aren't any kind of pants for that matter. But yeah, I mean, everyone has their own taste and stuff too. I love pockets. Of course, you know, how many times a woman's outfit will have like a fake pocket in it? You just want to murder someone? Okay, maybe I just always want to murder someone. I mean, obviously, the reason they don't put pockets and stuff is so they can make more money selling, like, purses. My god, the price stickers on some of those. I'm like, oh my god. I thought it was bad when I paid, like, 60 for my Loki Loungefly way back in the day, and it was because I bought it at a con, and it was the, what do you call it, like, the floor display or whatever, so it had been touched. Yeah, see, murdering someone is always on the table. I still love the whole reason hat pins went out of style was because men were getting tired of women stabbing them with it. Yeah, they'd go and try to sexually harass a woman, and then she would stab him with her hat pin, and they're like, this isn't right. And like, well, maybe you should leave her alone. Yeah, so guys, that kind of thing has happened forever. Yeah, so they basically, the guys were like, nah, no way. Don't like it. More hat pins, we'll redo and find a different style. Yeah, I love really random history tidbits like that. I mean, obviously, things like high heels and stuff were invented for males, not females, but here's it's gotten switched around, so. Also, high heels are horrible to wear. Don't bother. Wear, like, at least, what do they call, like, wedges? Wedges are better. I like my chunky heels if I'm gonna wear something with a heel. I mean, my legs look amazing on them, but still. I prefer tennis shoes. Well, yeah, Barrowman does everything better than most people, though, so you can't hold yourself to his level. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna get off the next couple minutes anyways. Good night. Thank you for coming by. Ooh. Time till I draw this eyelash. There you go. That looks better. Okay. I know, the curvature I was going for, it's so specific and you guys don't know, but that's fine. It bothers me. Today was the first day I didn't finish all the work my boss had set aside for me. I was too tired and it was painful. I went very slow with it, but that's... I mean, he always figures that's supposed to be like for the whole week. I just am crazy. I don't have that much left to do though, so I'll be done easily tomorrow, even if I move just as slow. I would have probably been done with a little more of it, but I couldn't put back the Marvel stuff because somebody was in the Marvel section browsing, and I don't want to be like, oh, get out of my way, I need to put books back. Especially because they did buy something, so. What are the regulars too? I don't even know his name, but he knows mine. They will do. They talk to me by name, and I'm like, who are you people? Gross. She's a floating head. Alright, so yeah, I still got a ways to go, but oh, cross-eyed. I'll have to fix this eye right here. Yeah, I'm doing kind of a weird angle on it too. That's Erufuda. Alright, but yeah, so this is a Patreon. I'm getting back into catching up on some of the stuff as I have time to. Alright, so let's see who we can raid. Yeah, like I said, I know it's been a while. Oh, hi, RTD. Coming on just for me to end my stream. Thank you. Trying to find somebody to raid. What? That's not what I wanted. Bitch, I went to Twitter. I even started later too, dude. Where'd you been? Who do I want to raid? An artist person. That's always fun. Yeah, that's what they all say. I know how it is. Did I do that right? No, that's the wrong command, right? Sorry guys, I typed that wrong. Now you know who we're raiding though. I'm teasing you, sir. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, we're gonna go raid Claudia Katsumoto. Another VTuber who does art, and she's arting right now. Woo! Art! Alright, thank you guys for coming. I will see you next time. Go!